It's a lot more interesting than just a regular fundraiser. It's fun, it's interactive. We get to talk about, who's ahead, who's behind. So, we won't know who's actually going to jump in. Maybe it's the whole company, but that's what makes it so great.
When we all get together and enjoy a very fun activity that gets the adrenaline pumping, ultimately gets your heart pumping, but most importantly, bring awareness and raise money to research and how to prevent heart disease in the future. Our co-founders, Keith Bird, who's a former Marine, threw off his robe, charged into the water, and yelled "Semper Fi," all the while knowing that his partner, our other co-founder, Travis Burt, was a victim of heart disease. He had a quadruple bypass. So those two together working to raise money for this cause, that was a very special memory.
I remember one year in particular, we had great waves. And if you know anything about our organization or our people at the beach, we do have a couple surfers here.
My involvement from the sand. That water is incredibly cold.
2 years ago, when the entire staff went in to the ocean, we weren't really sure we were gonna make goal that year. It came in at the last minute and everybody had to take the plunge, and that was just really fun.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be scary and I'll be nervous, but you just got to go. You just got to run and you got to dive in head first. None of this slow walking and trying to ease your way into it. So you got to do the plunge for sure. So I'll run as fast as I can and hope I don't fall before I hit the water.
Well, to be honest with you, originally I didn't want to commit to it because the ocean scares me to death. And it felt a little bit of peer pressure, but when I realized what a good cause it was, and every once in a while it's important for us in life to get out of our comfort zone, to do things that are really meaningful and impactful. And I said, if all these people are spending all their time and energy trying to help solve heart disease, I think I could get out of my comfort zone and jump in the ocean for a few minutes. So that part of it, I was a little hesitant. Like I said, the ocean scares me a little bit, but I'm excited to get out of my comfort zone and do it. And if you're going to do something like that, you might as well do it for a great cause.
You get to vote and select your favorite TI leadership team member and watch them get down into their skimpies and jump into the cold ocean.
If you take a look at what the American Heart Association says, they say that 1 in 3 is going to experience cardiovascular disease. That's incredible. Just this year alone, 800,000 are projected to have a heart attack, with 15% of those being fatal. And even more severe is cardiac arrest. 350,000 additional cardiac arrests will occur, and unfortunately, 90% of those will be fatal. So if those statistics don't scare you enough, I'm not sure what will, but we need the efforts of the American Heart Association.
The American Heart Association really highlights that heart disease is the #1 killer worldwide, and it's the #1 killer of women. And I think that the Heart Association does a great job of really striving for medical equality in that way. So without research, there wouldn't really be some of the breakthroughs that have happened.
My dad himself has had, multiple heart issues and surgeries and heart attacks, and anything we can do to prevent heart disease is extremely important to me.
My nephew at the time needed open heart surgery, and he was 2 years old. And Duke did a phenomenal job with his surgery, and he's a thriving 5-year-old kindergarten boy now today. And that's what really made it special for me. I had that instant connection to the Polar Bear Plunge.
This gets personal to me. I know it's affected my family. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. I still remember walking in to where my mom was. I surprised her at work, and I saw the surprise in her eyes turn to dread as soon as I started speaking. I'll never forget that moment. I'll never forget the way she collapsed in my arms as she processed what was happening. If we can raise enough money that I can give a mom a few more days with her son, if I can give a brother a few more weeks with his best friend, or if I can give a dad a few more days with his daughters, it's worth it. It's worth every dollar we raise. It's worth jumping in that water. So I ask over the next few days and weeks to look inside yourself. Consider how cardiovascular disease has impacted you in your life and your family. Give until it hurts. I ask for us as a team to come together and truly make an impact.